Good evening, members of the, I can say my name and stuff, right? Yeah. Anthony Finkel, you guys already know me, previous student, 2017. Good evening, members of the board, administration, and community members. Tonight I stand here with questions that are not only my own, but also those of our community. These questions arise from the data I've gathered, the conversations I've had, and the concerns I've heard from former teachers, current parents, and even students. Before I begin, I want to acknowledge something important. I know that in my passion for this district and its well-being, I may have come across as strong or overly critical at times. For that, I apologize if I've ever seemed harsh. It's only because I care deeply about the place I come from, a district that shaped me as so many others, and I want to see it thrive. My intentions have always been rooted in a desire for transparency, accountability, and a brighter future for our schools and our students. And then here's the questions that I have. Staff resignations and HR practices. Mr. DeStratis, using the board minutes, I have counted over 100 resignations from the district in recent years, all while we employ 2 HR directors at the same time. What sense does this make, and how is this fiscally responsible? Additionally, when staff members resign, are they being told they will not receive retroactive payments if they leave? Has an agreement been reached with staff that permits you to say this? I sincerely hope you are not resorting to threatening to withhold pay, especially right before Christmas, to deter resignations. And spending and fiscal responsibility. The Newark School District was recently ordered to pay back $33,000 in state aid for misappropriately spending funds on a staff event. Do you guys have any concerns about the $25,000 plus spent on a single trip to Great Adventure being similarly scrutinized or investigated? And then state aid and graduation rates. At the last board meeting, you stated that we never lost state aid due to our graduation rate. However, when the high school was no longer deemed to have comprehensive status, didn't we lose additional aid specifically tied to that designation? And then HR trends and retention issues. What trends has HR identified that would explain why so many staff members are resigning en masse? Tonight, I noticed another resignation, a first-year teacher who just started in the district. Did HR conduct an exit interview to understand why this teacher is resigning after just 4 months? When new hires are brought in to replace staff who have resigned, do they participate in shadowing during the 60-day release process? Does anyone on this board have a copy of the induction process for new hires? If so, how are we ensuring it's effective in helping new staff acclimate and succeed in their roles? And then with the outpouring of emails and social media responses I've received, I must ask, how many students at the high school are currently in classes without a certified teacher? And then finally, has HR received any allegations of grade tampering? If so, have investigations been conducted and what were the findings? That's all I have.
Thank you for your remarks.
But I'll give all this up.
Hi, my name is Leonela Smith, alumni from the class of 2017. And I just want to start off by saying this district prides itself on its commitment to building leaders and achievers. But I urge you to take a moment of reflection. How can we truly claim to fostering future success when our teachers are leaving in such large numbers? How can we say we're building a strong foundation for our students when they're forced to learn in classroom without consistent, qualified teachers, sometimes for an entire school year? I know this firsthand, having witnessed it myself during my time in the district, and no one can dispute the reality of this situation. The truth is, we're failing our students. We're not providing them with the education they need to succeed after high school. This is not just an opinion, it's reflected in the test data, where students are consistently falling short of proficiency in math and English. Yet our graduation rates remain high at 94%, which raises an unsettling question. How can we be so proud of our graduation rate where we're not preparing our students for the challenges they will face in higher education and beyond? The root cause of this issue is clear, but if the HR department did their job in conducting meaningful exit interviews, they will uncover the underlying reasons for the mass exodus. Teachers are not leaving because of students. They're leaving because they're working in an environment where they feel unsupported, undervalued, and sometimes even attacked by the very administration that should be empowering them. This is not just a staffing issue, it's a moral imperative. What will it take for you, the leaders we entrusted to serve our community, to take the decisive action to fulfill the responsibility we elected you for? Our students and teachers deserve better. Lastly, give the teachers their contract. They deserve it.
Thank you very much. Anyone else? Can I get a motion to close?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I think the only thing that, in terms of response, we can address is, and I know the gentleman has come here a couple meetings and asked for a response and, to some questions, and rightfully so. Unfortunately, as you guys all know on the board, there's been some unusual circumstances. The superintendent has not been available. But I will say this, there should be a response, not to the questions today.
No, that's fine, yeah, I understand.
But there should be a response this week.
Okay.
So you have something, does have something in writing. I can't promise you we can respond to everything until we have, more input from the superintendent, but, I can tell you that there has been some movement in doing
Okay,
that.
thank you.
And if we get the additional questions after the meeting.
Yep.
We'll take a look at those and see what, we can put together as well.
Okay, thank you.
We're gonna move on to the approval of the minutes for the November 18th meeting.
So moved. Second.
All in favor? Now we'll move on to the administrative reports and the fire and security drills for November 2024.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Aye. Everybody say aye.
How's that?
Oh, we got like four people here. Everybody needs to say aye or we're gonna corner.
We'll move on to education 1 through 9.
So moved. Second.
Any?
I have one question. On number 6, is that virtual learning or is that like in person, will they be going to training?
Well, that's County Day workshop, and so they'll be going to a training at Pittsburgh School District. It'll be an option for our teachers.
Any other questions from the board members?
Adjust my order, hopefully I'm replying here.
Oh, I had a question.
Okay, looking at K Raptor, maybe at the next meeting, we would know, like, how many chaperones and how are they, getting to Ohio? If the van is going to Ohio, they flying or drive, bus?
Charter bus,
What are they talking?
charter
Oh,
bus,
okay.
the charter bus. A charter bus,
Oh, ooh, to Ohio.
I don't think they can afford a plane flight at this point.
No, plane flight. That's crazy.
What they have to do.
I have a question as well, but it's also, am I allowed to ask questions for things that I'm not allowed to vote on? Oh wait, no, you know what, I'm looking at 9, not 8, okay. For 9C, is it just the 2 staff that are going with 27 students? That is a little light. Yeah.
The board policy is 15-1, so, and there will be, 1-to-1 aides with some of these students as well.
Okay, are they like not confirmed? Is that why the aides aren't listed
Well,
too?
if they're ESS aides, we don't list them because they are not district employees.
Okay. Okay, that was all, thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay, Ms. Alstock,
Yes.
Ms. M. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. B. Smith,
Yeah.
Mr. Swansky.
Abstain on A, B, C, and L. Yes,
Mr. Tsai? Yes. And Mr. Ashcraft?
Yes. is no policy, so we'll move on to finance and facilities, 1 through.
You got it.
Second. Any questions?
Yeah, I have a couple questions on the checks.
Alright.
All right, on check number, 010778, the state of New Jersey treasurer for $2,048, what would that be for?
I would have to look that one up before we can get back to you.
All right, and the one below it, 010780, for Zapman's Pizza Incorporated for $2,232, is that pizza being delivered, or is that, what's that one?
Is that one of the parent ones? I have to look that one too.
Alright.
It might be a parent engagement that's based through Title I funds, I
It's-
gotta look it up,
it's-
I'm not.
It might be what?
A parent engagement activity, like, activities that happen in the school building after night where we invite.
Okay,
parents
is there any reason why we're not using our own contractors in town? Where's
We do
Zapman?
sometimes, I mean,
in. It all depends
do?
on
Multiple
availability, and-
Yeah, I just figured it was something like that, that's a pretty lot of pizza for 2,000, it's one of our good restaurants around here, could maybe get into it, I don't know what the prices are. But, all right, thank you. Next one is, I asked you in the back, 085654, about the New Jersey American Water at $4,688. And you said you'd look into it, is it for the quarter or for the month? All right, that's it, thank you.
okay.
Oh, excuse me, one more, Chris. Ferguson, check number 085702. Ferguson Enterprises LLC, number 501, for $2,045. Is that the same Brian Ferguson that was the business agent? No, that's what I'm asking.
Yeah, they're the building management system.
Okay,
Control
no, I just thought,
HVAC.
all right, very good, that's it.
Anyone else?
But I'll email everybody with those answers.
Any other questions?
Ms. Elstock,
Yes.
Ms. M. Smith,
Tim Smith,
Yes.
Ms. B. Smith,
Lee Smith, yes, yeah.
Mr. Stefanski,
Yes.
Mr. Ty,
Yes.
and Mr. Ashcraft.
Yes to all, abstain to check 85671.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, now move on to personnel 1 through 14.
A second.
Any questions?
Okay, Ms. Elstock,
Yes.
Ms. M. Smith,
Yes.
Ms. B. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Stefanski,
Wait, I'm sorry, are we tabling number 8? I'm sorry, wrong one, never mind. I was looking at the question I had. I'm sorry.
you good? Mr. Stefanski,
Yes.
Mr. Ty,
Yes.
and Mr. Ashcraft.
Yes.
Okay. All passed.
Okay, do you have any new business?
I do have a couple notes, for everybody to share. So we have set next Monday night as a special board meeting, so I just wanna announce that again here. It will be 6 o'clock, straight to open public meeting. There's no executive session planned, and the board will take action. And that's projected to be action on the bid opening for the Carlton expansion construction, which will be happening Wednesday afternoon. So we'll get that wrapped up and reviewed with the attorney review real quick, and then Monday night, if all goes well, we'll just present you that, and I'll give you like a little plan so everybody can see it that does show up. But it'll be a very quick meeting, so if you're not here at 6 or 6:04, you might miss it. But, and there will be a public comment, we'll always have a public comment for every meeting, no matter what. So that's that. And then I just wanted to share, most of the board was able to attend the State of the JIF dinner last Thursday night. And the district got a certificate of excellence in claims processing. So this is one that we are generally been able to achieve every year. We report our claims within a day, so within 24 hours. We're one of the fastest districts in the JIF to do that. So they like to recognize us because it does prove to save money for the district and all of the districts that get that insurance together. And then, of course, a fun, oversized check, the real one that's small, will be here next January that we will put in deposit. It's $2,500 for a variety of things.
Nice.
The financial excellence, claims reporting, and safety initiatives, so, yeah, it's a good little incentive to bring back to the district and
Stands for joint insurance fund.
joint insurance. There you go. What, 30 districts that get insurance. What's that?
What was the total amount we had?
2,500 in this year, and that's for the prior year, so the 23-24 school year. All right, any questions on those things? We'll see you Monday night.
I got new business.
I also do this.
Yeah, I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Abner, the principal over at the Mendoza, the principal at the middle school, and Bobby Fitzpatrick, the teacher, English teacher, honors English. The great job they're doing with the young kids. They worked out a good reward system for the young students by taking them to the 76ers game. You know, it's really nice. You know, that's something like old school teachers would be doing. And I would like to also say, like I said the last meeting, I travel around in the morning before I take my daughter to school and I check out all the schools. And I like to give the kudos to the janitors, the maintenance people. All of our schools look beautiful. As cleanliness, everything done nice. I give a shout out to that.
Are you done this?
Yeah,
I just wanted to request that either for the first meeting in January or one of the upcoming meetings, that we get a quote on some kind of live streaming or video thing, so that way people can watch the meetings online as they're happening, if not just after, or something along those lines. Initially, I was told we didn't have to do this. When I say initially, I mean when I first became a board member. We didn't need to after COVID ended because of the state requirements and all that, but now we're post-COVID. People have a hard time getting to meetings. Honestly, like, okay, they have a phone out there on a stand, like that's not that expensive. I don't imagine it's gonna be like $10,000 to get a video camera and a Zoom subscription. So I would just like a quote for some kind of streaming service system sometime in the beginning of the new year as we get into making the budget for next year.
Anything from the student rep?
Yes, recently we hosted a 8th grade tour of the high school. I think it went very well. We got kids signed up for their next classes for the next year. We got them signed up for clubs. It was a really great opportunity to show the students what high school life is like and what they have to expect. And we also have our concert coming up next week, I believe, and we are so excited on behalf of the music department to showcase what we have to show to the community this year.
I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Ronald Brown. He participated in the Thanksgiving Day Parade in Philadelphia. That they have done that. So, thank you to your group.
Sorry, just for, oh, that,
No, you
I was just saying, just for Mr. Stefanski's request, he made a request, I didn't know if there was consensus from the board. I think he needed a consensus, just for that purpose, does everybody,
Not one leader.
if everybody, yeah, wants to
Anybody watch it, anybody oppose it? That's what we'll have.
take a look into it.
Yeah, cause it's not what we're buying, it's not ready, we just
Yeah.
can't vote.
See, no, so.
There you go. Just wanted to make sure it was.
Thank you.
Hi, we vote on a lot of things lately over the past year on a lot of improvements in the buildings, and I know that in September, we did not get to go on a tour like we usually do with the year before. And I'd like to know if we can try to arrange that for the first of the year, or possibly when, we have everybody back. So that we can see some of the things and understand better this preschool expansion and where it's gonna be and how it's gonna, things like that, and the new security systems and things that we have in place. so that we understand what we're voting for.
No problem, that's doable.
Curious, I usually don't speak, but I think this is important. Over Thanksgiving, we did our first ever literacy challenge for our students. If you didn't see it on the website, our students read over 17,000 minutes. Field Street is the winner of that challenge, that read 10,500 minutes collectively as a group. So we congratulate our students for taking that initiative and taking time to read while they were on their breaks.
Any old business? That's okay. No old business, get a motion, to adjourn the meeting,
Second.
all in favor?
Ah.
Aye.